Hey everyone, let's learn how to play No Thanks. It's a super fast and fun card game for 3 to 7 players. In the next few minutes, I'll teach you everything you need so you can jump right in and start playing.
So, what's this game all about? Well, the whole thing really just boils down to one simple but tricky choice. Do you take a card or do you pay to pass it along? All right, first things first. What are you actually trying to do? It's simple. You want to have the lowest score at the end of the game. And here's how that works. The cards have points on them, and you don't want points. That's bad. But you also get these little counters, and those are good because they subtract points from your final score.
Okay, let's get this thing set up. Don't worry, this will take like 30 seconds. It's super quick.
So grab the deck of cards, they're numbered 3 to 35, and give them a good shuffle. Then, without looking, you're going to take 9 cards right out of the game. Just put them back in the box, you won't need them. The rest of the cards, just pop them in a face-down pile on the table. Last step, give everyone their starting counters. So you're probably asking, how many counters do I get? Well, it depends on how many people are playing. If you've got 3 to 5 players, everyone gets 11 counters. With 6 players, you each get 9. And if you've got a big group of 7, everyone starts with 7 counters. Easy enough, right?
All right, setup's done. Let's get into how you actually play. When it's your turn, you have 2 choices, and only 2 choices.
Here's the deal. Your first choice is to just take the card that's face up. If you do, you also get any counters that might be on it. Then it's still your turn. You flip over a new card. Your second choice, you can say no thanks. To do that, you put one of your own counters on the card, and your turn is over. That's it. So, to kick things off, the oldest player starts. They'll just flip the top card from the deck. Let's say, for example, it's the number 11 card. Now they've got to make that choice.
Okay, so that player looks at the 11 and thinks, 11 points? No way. So they say no thanks and put one of their own counters on top of that card. And just like that, their turn is done.
Now play goes to the next person to the left. And maybe they don't want it either. So they say no thanks and put a counter on it too. This can keep going around the table with everyone adding counters. And you can see how that card gets more and more tempting, right? Because whoever finally takes it gets the card and all those juicy counters. But this brings up a really important question. What happens if it's your turn and you look down and realize you've got no counters left to give? Well, the answer is simple and a little brutal. You have to take the card. You literally have no other choice. So you can see why managing your counters is so important. Okay. Now for what I think is the cleverest part of this game, scoring a series. Because taking cards isn't always a bad thing, especially if you can get them in a row. Yeah, this is where the real strategy kicks in. See? If you collect cards that are in a sequence, like a run of numbers, you get this huge bonus. When you score, you only count the lowest card in that entire run. Let's look at an example. Say you've collected the 13, 14, 15, and the 16. If you added those all up, that's a whopping 58 points, which is terrible. But because it's a series, you only score 13 points. See? What a massive difference. So how does the game finally wrap up? Let's talk about how it ends and how you figure out who the winner is. The game ends when that last card from the pile is taken. That's the trigger. Then it's time to score. First, you add up all the values of the cards in front of you. But, and this is the important part, for any series you've got, you only count the lowest number. Then you take that total and you subtract 1 point for every single counter you manage to save. That's your final score. Before you go, I've got a couple of quick pro tips for you. Just a few things to think about to help you play a little smarter. First up, hang on to your counters. They are so valuable, both for passing on cards and for lowering your score at the end. Second, watch what everyone else is doing. If you see someone is running low on counters, you know they're probably going to be forced to take the next card. And finally, a sneaky one. If a high card comes up that you actually want for a series, maybe let it go around the table once or twice. Let other people load it up with counters before you grab it. And that's really all there is to it. Once everyone has their final score, the person with the absolute lowest number is the winner. And there you have it. You now know everything you need to know to play No Thanks. It's a fantastic little game of pushing your luck and reading the table. Hope you enjoy it.